borderless. A very good evening to you all, our lovely viewers. Thank you for watching UBC television. This is the UBC News Tonight with me, WADULO, Mark Arnold and Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. It's going to be an hours-long bulletin, so sit tight. It's time for the news. The first story, State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, has appealed to the religious leaders to continue working closely with central government in order to facilitate development and improvement of livelihoods. Muyingo was representing government at the 56th anniversary celebrations and bestowing of pallium to Archbishop of Kampala. His grace is a liturgical vestment for Kampala Archdiocese at Rubaga Cathedral.
The Archbishop of Kampala, His Grace Paul Samogere, has officially been handed over pallium by the Pope Nuncio in Uganda, Luigi Bianco. The handover of the pallium to the Kampala Archdiocese Bishop Paul Samogere was witnessed by who is who in the Archdiocese.
For the honor of the Church of the Archdiocese of Kampala, which has been placed in your care, and as a symbol of your authority as Metropolitan Archbishop.
A pallium is a liturgical vestment worn by the Pope, Archbishops and some bishops in the Roman Catholic Church.
Since the pallium is traditionally connected to the papacy, it reinforces the unity of the bishops with the Pope, then symbolizes also the pastoral and judicial powers of a bishop. I ask you to pray for me to shepherd you well.
The event coincided with the Archdiocese's 56th anniversary celebrations, often marked on every last Sunday of October.
Tinga tujaguza olunaku luno essaala yaffe tugambe nti ayi Katonda mwenza buli kantu omuzirakisa gwawa abakristu b'okuweerezwa mu ngeri esaanidde era n'ekitiibwa tukuwanjagira otuwe tudduke bulungi.
Archbishop Paul Samogere urged Ugandans to denounce corruption and all forms of evil.
In other words, inasmuch as the Lord will come in the fulfillment of his promise to us, we must go ahead living our lives. We must not sit down doing nothing. Rather, we have to get ourselves busy with good deeds.
The day's events were presided over by the Pope Nuncio of Uganda, His Excellency Luigi Bianco.
Always, we have to focus in the mission of the Church, which is her mission, and to give collaboration, everyone, in this important duty.
Government was represented by State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo.
Fenga government tukola nnyo naye tetusobola kukola nga tukolaganye na Kiriziya. Kyenva nsaba nti enkolagana ennungi eriwo wakati wa Kiriziya ne government. Buli omu ku mmwe asobola aliko kyasobola tukikole okulanga enkolagana eyo yongera kunywera. Government eteekateeka enkyukakyuka ez'omuggundu mu byenjigiriza. Twagala enkyukakyuka ezo zibeereza mmwe z'Abannayuganda. Tutaddewo akakiiko ako katandise okutambula nga kagenda kanoonyereza ebirowoozo byammwe. Education yaffe efaanana etya? Mbasaba bakulu bange baganda bange tugendeyo tuweeyo ebirowoozo
Muyingo also rallied support for the fight against Ebola and COVID-19.
Ninabaddeko kabaga kantuusiza ku ssaawa nga 2 ez'ekiro. Nalabye bannayuganda nga bagwangana mu bifuba, bakwatagana mu ngalo, n'ogamba nti oba beetaaga ddoboozi lya Ssaabasumba ku mukolo nga guno. Bassebo ne bannyabo, mwabali wano, gavumenti ebeetaaga nga muli balamu. Mujja kubeera balamu, situgoberera amateeka agatuweebwa gavumenti ku bigambo by'obulamu.
Other speakers who included Noah Kimba from Buganda Kingdom all recorded the need to return to the Lord as the only way of restoring peace and harmony in the world.
Nga bulijjo obwakabaka bwa Buganda bwe yamukukwatizaako mulimu guno Katonda bwe yakugwanyiza.
The Archbishop of Kampala, Paul Semogeri, on June 29, 2022, received his pallium from Pope Francis at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican during Holy Mass celebrations in honor of the martyrdom of Saints Peter and Paul Apostles. As Kampala Archdiocese celebrates 56 years of existence, there is no doubt that it has shaped millions of people's lives in the social, economic and spiritual aspects. However, when it comes to politics, the Archdiocese has been at the center of redirecting the political affairs of our country, Uganda. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kampala.
Thank you, Robert Onyango. In other news, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has also advised the church to continue sowing seeds of love, unity, discipline, sacrifice, hard work, integrity and patriotism among the people. The president's message was delivered by the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja during the Golden Jubilee celebrations for Bunyoro Chitara Diocese held at St. Peter's Cathedral, Hoima, in the Hoima Oil City.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni says that preaching unity, love, discipline and hard work is the bedrock of the gospel of Jesus Christ. This was contained in a speech read for him by the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja during Golden Jubilee celebrations for Bunyoro Kitara Diocese held at St. Peter's Cathedral, Hoima, in Hoima Oil City.
I call upon the church to continue sowing the seeds of love, unity, discipline, sacrifice, hard work, integrity, patriotism among the people. This is the backbone of the gospel of Jesus Christ because we are all co-workers with Christ, as the scriptures say.
The president commended the church for its commendable role in the socio-economic transformation of the country.
I want to take this opportunity to call upon all of you to get rid of poverty from your homes. Families should utilize the available land to initiate commercial farming. The NRM government's mission is to enhance the pace of socio-economic development through implementing far-reaching changes in the livelihood of our people of Uganda by transforming the Ugandan economy.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, His Grace, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, while preaching as the main celebrant, condemned the grabbing of church land in the country and especially in the oil-rich region of Bunyoro.
That's why I will support anybody who is supporting useful ways of getting benefit from this world.
The Prime Minister Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, Andrew Byakutanga, lauded the NRM government for the development of the kingdom and promised to cooperate with the church to develop the kingdom.
Omukama bujageno maiso ne bukwatanzana banyadini omunteekaniza z'okwimukya enyikara mu maka hamu n'okusagika obusinge obumu n'enkulakulana. tukusima gavumenti n'okukira muno right honorable Akiki habwe bikozera omubukama tukusima bwentekanza y'okutandika university ya Bunyoro ya gavumenti kandi nteerera abantu boona kwekamba kusomesa abaana basobole kwekonyeza university eno kutwara ebenyegeso mu maiso omubukama. Akiki tukusimire muno taina kugarukira habwa mulimo gwakozere hamwe na parliamentary caucus ya Bunyoro kutandika university eno. Webale muna Akiki. Tuija kusagika akateba akateirweho kutandika university ya Bunyoro kakola omulimo omulungi nuko university eno ikirize enteekaniza y'okusomesa abaana baitu.
The Bishop of Bunyoro Kitara Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Kahuma, said the church appreciates what the government is doing to develop the country.
The mighty hand of God has been evidently present in our ministry undertakings, and thus our Jubilee theme, all that we have accomplished, you have done for us. Isaiah 26, verse 12. We acknowledge with gratitude the government of the Republic of Uganda, under the wise and able leadership of His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for enabling support to the church and a conducive environment to preach the gospel.
During the celebrations, more than 50 Christians, who included former Bugahia County Kiza Rebembera, accepted Jesus Christ as his savior. The president contributed 200 million Uganda shillings towards the Golden Jubilee celebrations, and the Prime Minister also contributed 20 million Uganda shillings towards the establishment of an FM radio station for the diocese to preach the gospel. Over 109 million shillings was realized in cash and pledges. The celebrations were graced by bishops from within and outside Uganda, including those from Rwanda. Sandra Kahonde, Jimmy Aluri, UBC News.
Tororo Member of Parliament has stepped up efforts to equip all candidates in government-aided primary schools with basic scholastic materials ahead of primary leaving examinations next week. The MP's move comes in as most parents are struggling to provide scholastic materials for their students ahead of the exams due to the current economic situation.
Parents are facing hardships in supporting their children at school, especially feeding and providing scholastic materials. In Tororo district, with a total of 163 government-aided primary schools, only 50 schools are attempting to feed their learners.
Most of the schools, the learners are not having midday meals. The guardians and the parents are claiming that there is famine and there is a hardship.
A number of parents are now battling to provide writing materials for their children as PLO exams approach.
Affording even a pencil is a big problem right now, because you balance between a pencil and a half kilo of flour for that same child to eat. The schools need support from the parents. The same parents need support from another person.
The difficult situation parents and learners are going through has since prompted the Tororo Municipality Member of Parliament, Apollo Yeri Ofono, to strategically intervene. The legislator has since distributed mathematical sets to all candidates in all 15 government-aided primary schools in his constituency ahead of the forthcoming primary leaving examinations due on 7th of November.
Most of us even were planning to book neighbors whom we're going to borrow from the instruments that we're supposed to use in class, in the examination room. But we are very excited and we are very happy that at least he has helped us and he has provided us with the mathematical set.
The economy is not doing well. The prices are high. So I said, can't I try to provide these sets so that at least we secure the future of these children.
According to the education heads, Yeri's contribution is expected to change the municipality's primary leaving examinations performance this year.
It is very motivational. It has inspired all these candidates going to see 2022. You can see the excitement everybody is having. So we also see the parents are motivated to have all their children in school.
Look at a population of 206 that he has had to give mathematical sets. Wow, really. hold my head backwards.
Moroto District Chairperson David Koryang is worried. I'll take that again. Moroto District Chairperson David Koryang is worried that the thrice appointed a vice chairperson that his council has soundly rejected. After Rose Adelo was rejected by some councillors, a committee to vet Adelo was elected, but up to now, no result has come out of it. Now the chairman says that the lack of a vice chairperson has affected his performance.
Honorable councillors, Honorable Speaker.
The position of vice chairperson for Moroto District has been vacant since the inception of the council. This was after the district chairperson David Koryanga nominee, Rose Adelo Loki, was rejected by the council. In the council sitting held on Friday at the district headquarters, Chairman Koryanga announced how Adelo is to be sworn in office any time after the guidance from Solicitor General, but some councillors and speakers said the matter was out of order.
3A of the Local Government Act, the nomination of the Honorable Adelo stands. This is therefore to inform this August House that the district now as a vice chairperson in line with the guidance and provision of section of the Local Government Act, and the ceremony will be done anytime from today before she assumes the office. Honorable members, order. I want to bring this to your attention.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member from the First.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to draw us back to the
Honorable Chair, when the member is given the floor, you resume your seat.
I want to draw us back to the previous minute, when the right Honorable Speaker of this August House appointed the other committee of this council. This is a parliament of Moroto District Local Government, and the committee is still on the ground. Mr. Speaker, I don't think the previous speaker is right.
29, Zabrul 1F. This council reserves the right to remove a district chairperson from office for failure to respect and implement lawful decisions and resolutions of this council.
Last council sitting held in May, the council set up a committee to vet Adelo, but she never appeared, saying that she needed an official invitation.
Things need to see and make, and that person has to make clarifications. I want person who has put the petition, sign the grounds, as well that person should not be being advised in this level council. And my last step is that when Nigeria, you have to make difference between the laws as executive and as council. It is not that council you are there. That has been imposed on us. This is.
I want to inform you that on the 24th of this month, I remember the day was a Wednesday, at 12:59, Honorable Speaker, I received a WhatsApp message that it was informing me to come for a committee on the 25th of this month, which was a Wednesday, at 9:30 to meet the other committee. Honorable Speaker, I want to ask one question through you, sir. How do I go to a committee when I read that letter that I have been petitioned? Mr. Speaker, where is that petition? Was it given to me and served to me? Number 2.
Adelo accused the district speaker Caesar Akol, the Rupa councillor Emmanuel Loki, and Loptuku councillor Angelo Puluku for being behind her rejection.
Montenegro should be left behind. The one who petitioned me, I've seen now in the previous minutes. I want to say you saw me very quiet to comment on the previous minutes. I wasn't there for a council session. I And so I should have been informed formally as an honorable member. How do you accept it? Low-key, a group in the first place, who saw an affidavit to take my spouse to court in the movement of Uganda? They went to High Court, they went to Court of Appeal, and they are coming to receive this down.
The councillors assert that WADULO abused the office in the 10th Council, where she served as the vice chairperson.
Reject a member on certain things, which council itself has to find out whether they are true or false. That is how one of our colleagues were taken to the committee of council just to ask us some simple question. I can say simple.
Academic qualifications for that person who was nominated, issues to do with previous records of abuse of office while holding the same position, issues of integrity and personal conduct, assaulting civil servants and other members of council, including having police cases on criminal-related offenses.
Mondays we are looking into someone to articulate and to deliver when to the people. That is I see the credit in a woman just being someone knowledgeable, can articulate, and can perform work.
This is George William Wapua advised on the matter.
And the chairman has to manage his politics. And that's what I wanted to say. Because we have what we call presumption of innocence. Everybody is assumed innocent until proved guilty. That's the law.
The role someone has to perform. When I'm absent in Moroto district, it means that Moroto is not there.
Adero Rose is a female councillor representing Loptuk sub-county in Moroto District Council. She is wife to Matheniko County Member of Parliament in Moroto District, Loki John Baptist, and she has been in district leadership since 2001. Ivan Juko, Maureen Iga for UBC News.
In another development, the State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, has advised workers likely to be affected by the proposed government ministries, departments and agencies mergers not to worry, as there is a solution for everything. Muyingo was presiding over the closing of a 7-day Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board Human Resource Review retreat held at Imperial Resort Beach Hotel in Entebbe.
Plans are in advanced stages to merge some of the government departments and agencies, mainly to avoid duplications and also cut on administrative costs. The Minister of State for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, advises those that might be affected not to panic, as their services will not be terminated. He also says staffs will improve and quality services will be delivered after the merger. Muyingo disclosed this during Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board Human Resource Review Retreat at Imperial Resort Beach Hotel in Entebbe.
This does not mean that work has to stall, but you need to engage in discussions to ensure that you prepare for smooth transition. This is no longer a rumor, it used to be a rumor. But now it's a reality because Cabinet has already taken a position to merge you with your head. So I expect during this period the two agencies to be talking to each other.
He said Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board is likely to be merged with the allied health workers. The Executive Secretary of Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board, Helen Mukakarisa Katarantambi, said they will continue being creative, merge positions in relation to the number of candidates and training institutions.
65,000 per semester. The staff have continuously worked for long hours, and sometimes the annual leave is forfeited. Therefore, Honourable Minister, the need for urgent recruitment if we have to implement and come out with quality and authentic processes.
The chairman of Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board, Wakida John, promised to plan and maintain the outstanding performance of their candidates for quality service delivery.
From the Ministry of Education and Sports, without which such achievements or milestones They have not been realized. In this regard, Honourable Minister, we request you to extend our sincere thanks to the fortune of honor, the head of state of this country.
Dr. John Chrysistom Muyingo, the outgoing chairpersons of Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examinations Board, Mariam Walusimbi, and the outgoing private for-profit nursing and midwifery training institutions, Mugisha Andrew, were recognized for their support to the nurses examination. Joseph Oko, Salon Kasiwete, UBC.
We have a plaque.
The Assistant Bishop of Kampala, the Right Reverend Dr. Hannington Mutebi, has asked Christians to live exemplary lives. Bishop Mutebi was leading a confirmation and fundraising service at St. Peter's Church of Uganda, Wandegea.
Thousands of Christians gathered at St. Peter's Church of Uganda, Wandegea. Among these were those ready to receive their sacrament of confirmation. The Assistant Bishop of Kampala Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Hannington Mutebi, led the service and cautioned Christians on their behaviors.
Kalina siriti evene komeno botambulanga siriti egamba simi hiya siriti egenda
Dr. Mutebi also reminded Christians to preserve the environment for healthy living.
Ate mugenda kutusuubiza nti mugenda kukuuma obutonde bw'ensi, that you are going to take care of God's creation and care for the environment. Temumala gasula budomo plastic. Omutima ogutema simba omulala. Ebitawanya ensi nabino ebirwadde bye tufuna zino kansa ez'omusaayi n'ebirala byonna lwakubanga tuli careless.
The bishop later confirmed Christians and advised them to accept to be guided by the Holy Spirit.
Today we are going to commission you to go and become disciples of our Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior. This is a commissioning service. As you go, we commission you, that we lay our hands on you, pray with you that you are filled with the Holy Spirit.
St. Peter's Church of Uganda parish priest, Reverend Moses Nyombi, asked Christians to support the renovation of their church, expected to cost 1.5 million shillings, a project that was launched by Bishop Mutebi.
Ekibuga kino poloti zonna ezisinga mu kibuga zizimbiddwa bulungi, ebizimbe ebigenda waggulu ennyo eby'amaanyi eby'ebbeeyi, naye ng'ekifo kya Mukama kikyali wansi, kiriko amabaati makadde nnyo, kisiiwuuse, kiweddewo, kwe kuteesa nti naffe tukiddaabirize project tugiyise beautification.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Now, in 1992, the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of Uganda, at the invitation of the late Zimula Mugwanya, paid a courtesy visit to Mawokota County in this edition of Commander-in-Chief. This is what the President had to tell the people of Katonga, who greatly supported the 5-year protracted bush war.
Welcome to Commander-in-Chief Files, and in this episode of CNC Files, we call forth what happened in 1992 when the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Lieutenant General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, visited Katonga. He urged Ugandans to have food stored in granaries as a way of preparing for dry spells.
bino ebyenjala nabyo njagala kugyogerako. Enjala eno esinze kuva mu kutabeera n'ebyagi. Abantu eby'ebyagi babivaako. Ate n'abafuzi ab'omu byalo tebakyakubiriza abantu okukuuma reserve. N'olwekyo kyandibadde kirungi okutereka emmere eyo ey'ensibo mu buli maka. Mukole nga twali tukola edda okubeera n'ebyagi. So that if there is a bad season, we are not living from hand to mouth.
The president also thanked the Wananchi for having cooperated with them during the days of the struggle, besides River Katonga being the best natural barrier in their strategy to defeat the government forces then.
I would like to salute the contribution of the people of this area to our struggle against the dictatorship of Okero in 1985. I would like you to know that the defeat we inflicted on Okero's army in 1985 at Katonga here was decisive. We had been defeating Obote's army and Okero's army previously. That was not the first time we had defeated them, but the defeat at Katonga was decisive. In fact, I told our commanders that we shall fight the Battle of Kampala at Katonga. We shall not fight it in Kampala, it will be finished here. We had selected this place deliberately because it had good conditions for inflicting a decisive defeat on the enemy because of the terrain of the but also the population were supporting.
Let's take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more news tonight.
MTN joins the people of Keralur to celebrate the 12th coronation anniversary of the King of Keralur, His Royal Majesty Ubim Philip Raoni III in October. At MTN, we believe that we only succeed if the communities in which we operate succeed. And so, we're happy to join the people and well-wishers of the people of Keralur in promoting social cultural programs of the Ubim.
Walego Mugisa ni Ubimu ku Keralur.
The Ministry of Health informs the public that there are confirmed cases of Ebola in Uganda. We, however, urge the public not to panic as the situation is being managed. The Ministry of Health further reminds the public to be on the lookout for any persons who may show signs and symptoms of Ebola. These include high body temperature, abdominal pains, diarrhea, vomiting, bleeding from the body openings such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. Please inform the nearest health worker immediately if you see anyone with these signs and symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading further, please take the following preventive measures: regular washing of hands with water and soap, avoid handshaking and hugging, avoiding any contact with any suspected Ebola patients. Any person who dies suddenly should not be buried but reported to the nearest health worker or LC1 immediately. For further information, please call the Ministry of Health toll-free number on 0800 100-066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and World Health Organization.
That's right. The Voice is coming to a city near you. From the 21st of October to the 10th of November, you get a chance to showcase your talent. Prepare a 1-minute MP4 video of yourself singing and upload it to thevoice.africa to register. Make sure you have a valid Airtel number, and if you're shortlisted, you will be contacted to come in for the live auditions.
Well, don't just stand there, let's go!
Music your passion, Africa your stage. The Voice Africa, connected by Airtel.
Welcome to Friends Stadium. Everybody's ready.
Wait a second, not everybody. Come on, dude, it's the FIFA World Cup. You're going to lose your seat, the ritual seat, the lucky one. Losing more than a seat, your team is going to lose. Where are you, dude? The match is about to start. Your friends won't hold out much longer. Excuse me. Finally, everything is in the right place. Hey, other hand. And you, do you have everything you need to believe?
Meet Professor Petero. He knows something every hustler in UG is gonna love.
Oh, see. You see, I was just trying to get the documents to register for Airtel Money.
You don't need the documents. You just set it for register. Yes. Become a safer and more efficient cash-free business today. Easy.
No mixing your business money with your Kameza money. No, that's efficient.
Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a specialized quasi-judicial body established under Section 93 of the Electricity Act to handle all civil cause disputes relating, but not limited to, regulatory disputes, billing and licensing, tariffs, power generation, transmission and distribution issues, compensation resulting from activities in the electricity sector including civil wrongs and breaches of statutory and contractual duties and consumer-related complaints. The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a special court and the first instance court that deals with electricity matters in the country. For more information, please contact the Electricity Disputes Tribunal at Amber House, Kampala Road, opposite Post Office, or call us on 041 232987.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone, the most affordable smartphone in Uganda. You get to enjoy free 1 GB for 1 whole year. My Airtel 4G smartphone, your best value for money. Visit the nearest Airtel outlet today and get one at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. In more news, Italian government, in partnership with the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation, are committed to continue supporting government mainly in education and the health sector. Italian ambassador to Uganda, Massimiliano Mazzanti, was speaking during a photography exhibition organized by the Republic of Italy and other development partners at Makerere University's Arts Quadrangle College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Italian ambassador to Uganda, Massimiliano Mazzanti, has promised his country's commitment to continue supporting the country's education and health sector. The Italian government, through the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation, has been supporting Uganda in poverty alleviation in Karamoja sub-region, among others.
Any valuable support to Uganda, to the government of Uganda, of course, here represented by Honorable Minister, and I thank her again, thank you again. But eventually, the most important thing is that it's all about our NGOs. I'm very grateful. Without them, I wouldn't have the tools. They are our tools to project the flag, not only in the country, of course, but to project the flag and the Ugandan flag together, the Italian and the Ugandan together.
This was during the Italian Helping Hand in the healthcare, in the sickness and in health, and public photography exhibition celebrations held at Makerere University Arts Quadrangle College of Humanities and Social Sciences. The photography exhibition was also attended by the Papal Nuccio to Uganda Archbishop Luigi Bianco, among other ambassadors, and the State Minister for Public Service, Mary Mugasa Akiki. She said the government will continue ensuring that there is an enabling, conducive environment for non-government organizations and other development partners in the country.
As Uganda, we are indeed very grateful. Before I became maybe mayor, I was seeing Avis in Hoima. Avis. I was seeing the Combon missionaries in Kiandong. I was seeing many priests going to Italy for further studies. But now, I've noticed that it is a work which has been ongoing for a period of time.
Sada Mubale, Fred Kasibante, UBC News.
Furthermore, Entebbe Municipal Council authorities are concerned over poor garbage disposal in the gateway of the country. This prompted the municipal authorities to launch a monthly general community cleaning exercise to keep the community clean. It is now mandatory for every household and institutions to participate in general community cleaning every last Saturday of every month.
Entebbe Municipal Council leaders have launched a monthly general community cleaning exercise, locally known as Bulungi 1C, to be done every last Saturday of every month.
So we also want to thank
Entebbe Municipal Mayor Fabrice Rulinda has launched the initiative together with different stakeholders, where they carried out tree planting at municipal headquarters as a sign of conserving the environment.
There are so many trees for us to plant, and then we will go off into the community.
After tree planting exercise, they commenced the general community cleaning in Entebbe, with speakers carrying out a sensitization awareness campaign about the community cleaning and dangers of garbage disposal.
We found very many people still working in dirty places, and we had to compel them to come out and clean. We found very many people comfortably living around garbage. So we urge, since we want to keep this going every month, we urge the community to embrace this and to ensure that we actually get to the cleanliness that we are looking for.
In the due course, they found a SGA security personnel disposing of waste along the roadside and forced her to remove the garbage.
You first come back. Come back.
You know what? You arrest her.
Mayor forced traders to clean their workplace, and most of them pulled out of their shops and came out and joined the general community cleaning.
Yabo, first stop that and first clean.
However, they also landed on a new church called Kainonia Ministry, holding its launch ceremony and accused of noise pollution and operating without license. Pastors pleaded guilty and apologized.
It's also fortunate or unfortunate that I found a church that was way above the levels that we allow for volumes. So we had a discussion with them, but we are saying we're not fighting with churches, we're not fighting with God. What we are asking is, let's be considerate to other people in the community and to ensure that the community is not affected by the noise that's produced, not just by churches, but also bars and all these other businesses.
Mayor and municipal leaders visited Fly Express Travelers Stage at former bus park in Entebbe to assess the operation and sanitation-related issues. Peter Kagwa, chairperson Fly Express Travelers, explained why they decided to participate in the general community cleaning.
olabika bulungi n'oba lugoye ng'olwambadde nga lunyirira n'oba ngatto n'oba nga kintu kyonna ky'otuddewo nga wayonjo kye kisinga obukulu. Nalikubiriza abantu bonna nga meya bw'agambye nti enkomerero y'omwezi tubeere nga tuyonja buli enkomerero y'omwezi.
In anticipation, rather, on the president's decision I'll take that again. In anticipation on the president's decision on the excise duty amendment bill 2022, plastic recyclers are still hoping for reconsideration of a tax-friendly law on plastics, according to Milton Kambula, the president of Global Peace for Clean Environment in Africa. The shift should be streaming production disposal.
Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2022, passed by Parliament months ago, saw a 40% tax levy on plastics and plastic granules. The tax bill that the President returned to Parliament for reconsideration is among the few bills still waiting presidential assent. Dealers in plastics and plastic granules still want the President to reconsider their efforts in championing recycling and removal of plastics from the environment.
Such a law that was presented to the President, and we thank you, Mr. President, for not signing the bill, because we need to first of all have negotiation amongst our innovators. If then they can be able to tap a challenge into an opportunity for our young people, into employment and such a vibrant economy, then we can turn recycling to become the future of our green economy.
You've seen more than 3 bills have been discussed in 1 year just. This bill has been fought, then these people come back with another one because we are lacking the research. If you reach to some of these industries like pipeline, Dongliong, you go down all these centers where the recycling are taking place, you will appreciate that actually before we even make the law, we must look at empowering recyclers.
In his tour to some plastic recycling factories, the president of Global Peace and champion of recycling in East Africa, Milton Kambla, asked the government to underscore the efforts of recyclers and its contribution in the welfare of the entire chain of beneficiaries.
I feel that those of you who think that waste is a problem, no, it's behavior that is the problem. We need mindset change so that whenever you come from a supermarket, you are not able to just dump kavera wherever you move around on Kampala streets.
He says the campaign on negative effects of plastics should be focused on proper disposal and advanced means of recycling it rather than suppressing laws.
Already we are 1.2 trillion Uganda shillings. Closing such a sector would mean we are really risking employment to thousands of young people who are already employed by recycling companies.
The Executive Director, Uganda Plastic Manufacturers and Recyclers Association, Moses Ategeka, says a number of investors in the plastic industry have already lost billions.
Because of the varying technology, we have to go down there and see how many companies are committed, how many are following the right procedures, the conditions set by government to make sure that there is purely waste management in this country.
He wants the president to consider the contribution of plastic recycling and the plight of the beneficiaries.
See, tomorrow you see someone waking up from morning, he is on the street, I want to ban this plastic, I want to fix this, but he doesn't know how many jobs it's affecting, he doesn't know how many environments it's going to affect, because if you stop collecting these plastics from the environment, what does it mean for the future?
The 40% tax levy on plastics and plastic granules will come to play if the president assents to the bill. Adia Nakuti, Susan Naunga, UBC.
Did you know that a cashless, secure, and convenient lifestyle is possible with Airtel Money Pay? Pay for your goods and services in the following simple steps. Dial *185*9#. Enter the merchant ID. Enter the amount. Enter payment reference, for example, school items. Please enter PIN to confirm. You will receive a confirmation message for a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Leaders who care create a good learning environment.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. In the world of business, with a few days to the 27th UN Climate Conference scheduled for the 6th to the 18th of November in Sharm el-Sheikh city in Egypt, a group of environmental activists have called upon heads of state and governments and delegates to come up with concrete resolutions towards addressing the ever-increasing global warming challenges. The group, led by Bratton Francis, is part of the Global Science Rebellion Environment Activists, with global offices in the UK, Brussels, and America.
We're going to be breaching 1.5 degrees centigrade. The world is burning, actually. Let's come together and unite against climate failures. We're also calling IMF, World Bank, to cancel the debts for global south countries.
Oh, yes.
Because if they don't do that, we shall start extracting our fossil fuels, and then we shall burn down our universe, which is so sad. Yeah, scientist rebellion now in Egypt. So we are calling all global South countries to come together in unit so that we can demand all the debts to be cancelled. Because if we don't cancel our debt, we shall all start extracting fossil fuels, and then we shall end up increasing the world global temperature. That means we shall breach 1.5, and you know the consequences. We shall be extincting, burning down all other animals. Our world is going to change. We shall have no second universe. Let's come together and unite against climate failure. We are scientist rebellion. We are global climate scientists.
I call upon all government leaders all over the world to join this fight. Temperatures are rising. It is flooding. Aquatic life, birds, plants, and the human race at large is getting destroyed due to climate change. We all should know that it's one thing we should all fight as a globe. Climate justice now. Climate action now. Listen to the scientists. Hear the voices of the activists.
So, I'm here to announce that the MTN Kampala Marathon is back. And this year, we are running for babies. To be clear, I am not talking about a baby. No. And neither am I talking about to be baby. I am talking about these small dollars.
Run for babies in the MTN Kampala Marathon on Sunday, 20th November 2022. Dial *165*77# or use the Momo app to register.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. A twin car bomb explosion near a busy junction in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, killed at least 100 people. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud says that among the victims who were massacred, mothers with their children in their arms. The AFP news agency quotes the president as saying that he appealed for international medical help to deal with the 300 injured. The president blamed the Al-Shabaab militant group for Saturday's attack, which targeted the education ministry. The pro-jihadist Somalia Memo website has reported that the group has said it was behind the blasts. An affiliate of Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab has engaged in a long-running conflict with the federal Somalia government. President Mohamud, in power for 5 months, pledged to total war against the Islamist militants after they attacked a popular hotel in Mogadishu in August, killing at least 21 people. Saturday's blasts happened within minutes of each other, destroying buildings and vehicles in the vicinity. A view shows smoke rising following a car bomb explosion at Somalia's education ministry in Mogadishu on Somalia, October 29, 2022.
Or jubilant.
And in sports, Ham Enterprises, the developer of Nachivubo Multipurpose Stadium, have attributed the delay to complete Nachivubo Stadium reconstruction to COVID-19 pandemic that slowed down civil works. The chairman, Ham Enterprises, Hamis, disclosed this during the tour of the stadium to ascertain the stages so far covered.
Nachivubo Multipurpose Stadium is located in the central business district of Kampala City, where it was initially established on land donated by the Buganda King in 1926. The facility was modernized in 1954 by the British colonial government to commemorate the lives of Ugandans killed during the Second World War and named Nachivubo War Memorial Stadium. The current rehabilitation involves the improvement of its seating capacity, from 30,000 to 35,000 people, and construction of modern retail shops outside the walls of the facility.
Far from a physical analysis and a realistic point of view, at least I've managed to put this on ground. And to me as a person, I don't look at this just like a stadium. I look at this project or development from a general perspective as a legacy and an icon and a pillar of development to all Ugandans. Development which is centered on ordinary Ugandans.
Hamisi Chigulu, on behalf of Ham Enterprises, a company authorized to spearhead the development and upgrading of the stadium, cites negative perception of Ugandans towards development and the COVID-19 pandemic that has delayed the works among other challenges.
Instead of moving by hearsay and negativity, at least you've taken the obligation or the onus upon yourselves to come and physically see the stadium and what is being done on the ground. At times it is not easy to simply talk and explain to Ugandans, you can do this, you can do this. A time comes when you have to show them from a physical perspective. That recently we had the COVID-19 pandemic, which set us a little bit back in terms of time and also financially, because when COVID hit, it hit everything, including construction sites, incomes. Our expenditures went high, and we even lost a few of our workers because of that challenge. Some of them moved back to the villages and they never came back. So the projection within or time frame within which we are supposed to finish the stadium was a little bit extended because of COVID, which affected us greatly. But further still, besides the effect in time, when you look at circumstances, like the cost of production has gone high because of COVID. The cost of material. So for a stadium that was to cost around $50 million, now it's going to a range of $147 million.
Chigulu is optimistic that the complex matches FIFA standards and will accommodate a wide range of sports activities.
Very good, like you can see, we are doing an international stadium within guidelines of FIFA. It is an international world-class stadium that is going to be housing international matches. We expect so many countries to come and visit us, the likes of Europe, the likes of Italy. Even international players will be coming around. So we've done a stadium in accordance with the international standards.
Ivan Juko, Weekly from Dutch, UBC News.
We're going to accommodate quite a number of sports activities.
Para-power lifter Dennis Mbazira has won 2 bronze medals at the World Para-power Lifting Championship in Egypt. The championship of arguably the best in the world also doubled as African Championship, with Mbazira winning bronze in both categories. India's Sudhir emerged triumphant, with Cuba's Drake Vega in second place. Mbazira now targets better at future engagements as he cites the 2024 Olympics in Paris.
Competed in para-powerlifting in the category of 88, and I've achieved this bronze medal, and I'm a champion in Africa. Second of all, as I'm preparing to go to Dubai in December, I really need your encouragement, your support, plus my colleagues, because I'm alone here and they would also want to have a chance to be in Dubai with me. It will make me happy if we go there by your support. The third thing I want to say, thanks to my coach, Kenny, Coach Matamo, my manager, Papa Farai, call him Papa because he's a Papa, and my president, Omar Impin. Thank you so much for your support and to give me a chance to achieve and to work for my country. I'll be so happy if you apply your power and support in disabled people so that they can also be useful to our country.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Join us later at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. My name is WADULO Mark Arnold, Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. See you at 10.
UBC,
inspiring Uganda.